Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a series of briefings that we're providing from Leicestershire and Rutland Safeguarding Adults Board in aid of National Safeguarding Adults Week. I'm going to hand over to my colleague Madeline McNeil, who's going to do a briefing for you around professional curiosity.
Thanks, Kelly. Good morning, everyone. My name's Madeline McNeil. I am part of the Learning and Development team based at Leicestershire County Council, and I'm going to lead this first 15-minute briefing. It's lovely to start the week with you all. So, first of all, we're going to talk about professional curiosity as supporting a preventative approach. What exactly is professional curiosity? Well, there's no one definition. Here's a couple that I found. Williams and Chisholm say that it's about asking questions that give and solicit information without being intrusive or making the individual feel threatened. And these questions should be open-ended and allow for additional probing. And then the Norfolk Safeguarding Adults Board expands on that, saying that it's about relating to the capacity and communication skills needed to explore and understand what's happening with an individual or a family. It's about inquiring deeper and using proactive questioning and respectful challenge, understanding one's own responsibility and knowing when to act, rather than making assumptions or taking things at face value. It's also really important to know what it's not. So professional curiosity is not being nosy or being distrustful of the people that we work with. It's not about being judgmental or putting ourselves in a position to judge them. It's not about us thinking that we know best. And it's not about us being involved in people's lives or personal business without good reason. So it's not about being prurient and gathering information about people that we have no right to have. Why is it so important to safeguarding? Well, what we know from an article in the Journal of Adult Protection, which I've linked to in this presentation, is that lessons from safeguarding children reviews and safeguarding adult reviews show that a lack of professional curiosity and poor coordination of support can lead to poor assessments and intervention measures that can fail to support those at risk of harm. There are a number of barriers to professionals practicing with curiosity, and working in partnership enhances the likelihood that professional curiosity will flourish. So by working together with our multi-agency partners, it really enhances the likelihood of professional curiosity making a positive difference. It's important to realise also that professional curiosity is not just important to safeguarding adults. I think it's important throughout all our practice. Be really wanting to connect with people, understanding what life is like for them, building a rapport, understanding their values, what's important in their life, the strengths in their life, really helps us with person-centred and strengths-based practice, not just managing risk. So if we take a professionally curious stance into all of our work, whether it's safeguarding or standard kind of assessment, support, relationship building, re-ablement work, it can make a really positive difference. So what supports it? Well, evidence and research shows that the main thing is about confident practitioners. So people feeling confident in their ability to be professionally curious and to build relationships with people. Being legally literate, so understanding why you're there, why you're involved in someone's life, what your roles and responsibilities are, and those of other people, is really important. So being able to understand multi-agency roles and responsibilities. Clear record keeping is really important within professional curiosity, because often it's about being able to triangulate information that we have received from the past and make sense of that. Those interpersonal skills and the ability to build a rapport, absolutely vital to professional curiosity. Peer discussions and peer support. So there is a lot of evidence around how important it is to really practice professional curiosity with others. Practicing it alone doesn't work, because it's about how we process what we've done, how we process what we've seen, what we think, how we triangulate the information that we have. And also management support and supervision is really important. So being able to check your ideas, make sense of what's going on for you, and know that your agency has your back and trusts you to be a confident practitioner, go out and ask those questions that sometimes may feel difficult for you to ask and difficult for the person to hear. Positive relationships between professionals across agencies. So we are getting out and meeting people and talking to them and building those relationships so we can work together, and understanding the barriers. So one of the things you can do with some of the links that are in this presentation is learn a little bit more about the barriers that have been identified in that Journal of Adult Protection article, so that you can understand them and think about how you in your area and your team need to work around them. So before I move on to a video, I'm just going to pull some of the main suggestions. This particular one comes from the North Yorkshire Safeguarding Adults Board, but there's loads of stuff on our local Safeguarding Adult boards and Safeguarding Children boards, and some lovely stuff that you can find online in lots of different places. So these are some of the really key things that you can do absolutely every day in your roles. So thinking about not just what the person's saying, but what they're not saying, what doesn't triangulate, thinking about what's available to you for how you can capture a person's voice and understand their experience, as we would want to do through Best Practice and Mental Capacity Act anyway, but making sure that we're really involving people as much as possible in any decisions that are being made. Speaking with other professionals regularly, not just waiting for meetings, maybe not just dropping an email, but actually picking up the phone. Test and triangulate information, build evidence to support your thinking. So if you're worried, if you think something's happening, how am I going to get that information that's either going to validate that so I can work with it, or discount it so I know what I am actually dealing with here? Thinking about what life is like for that person that you're working with. If you can't find it all out from them, who else can you ask? Don't make assumptions yourself, and be very wary of assumptions that have already been made. So if you are having a case handed over to you, you're picking up a referral, what's coming through in that is a solid kind of fact? Can you check that out? Can you verify that? Listening to your intuition, not necessarily acting on it, but exploring it, making space to explore it with colleagues, your manager, fellow professionals, but not using professional jargon because it creates barriers. Actively seeking to build that positive relationship with the person that you're supporting. Exploring different hypotheses. Lots of evidence shows that risk occurs, things fall through the gap where we set our view and we stay with it, rather than being willing to change our mind, respond to new information that comes to light and to changes that happen in people's lives. And then really asking yourself, if something doesn't feel right, if something's not sitting right with me, how can I find out more? Where can I find out more? So there are some day-to-day things that we can do to help us think about being professionally curious in our role. There's loads and loads of information that's available. I just searched Safeguarding Adults Professional Curiosity, great stuff on our local safeguarding boards. Some more this is the article that I've been quoting here, Can Curiosity Save Lives? And if you work in Leicestershire County or Leicester City councils, you have a free account to Research in Practice, who have got absolutely brilliant resources around professional curiosity. And now what I'd like to do is share with you, for the last part of our little briefing, a video about professional curiosity. This is about the role that managers can play in supporting practitioners to be professionally curious by giving them a safe space to ask questions, to be reflective and to check out their understanding. So I'm going to stop sharing that and share this video instead. Okay.
This is based on real-life events. When the Homes for Ukraine programme started locally, council employees volunteered to be on the help desk at the airport to welcome people as they arrived from Ukraine. This video shows a volunteer talking to her manager. We hope it gives a good example of professional curiosity in practice and how managers can support their team to stay curious and feel supported.
Hi, Madeline here. What can I do for you, Heidi?
Oh, hi, Madeline. I need a bit of advice. I'm at the Ukraine help desk at the airport. There's a man here who I have a few concerns about. He's not Ukrainian, he's Polish, and he speaks a little bit of English. He's got a ticket, but the flight isn't scheduled to leave until tomorrow, and he has no money. He's having problems checking in and nobody is helping him. Luckily, there is a colleague with me on the help desk who's Polish, and she's translating.
Oh, I can see that is a bit of a problem. What's happened so far?
He's shown me his ID badge and it's snapped in half. He's really worried about whether he can use it to check in. So we're going to focus on that first and make sure his ID is accepted.
Okay, that sounds like a really good idea.
But the way he's presenting, I'm a bit worried.
What's worrying you? What do you think you know and what can you see?
What I know is that he's got no money, and what I see is that he's unkempt and he looks much thinner than he does on his photo on the ID card. He keeps pulling his trousers up every time he walks. It's obvious they're far too big for him.
Oh, that's a really good observation. So apart from talking to him about checking in, have you asked him anything to get a bit more information about his situation in general? What's he thinking at the moment?
I've not asked him yet, but I have concerns about maybe modern slavery or safeguarding or something. I'm just not sure, as I think I saw some bruising on his arm.
I think it would be helpful for you to ask him directly. Do you think you could do that?
I think we need to help him get checked in first. He's really anxious about it, and I don't think he'll be able to focus on anything else until that's sorted. But when that's done, I'll talk to him about my concerns.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea. Is there anything you need from me now?
Could you find me some contact numbers, please, about modern slavery in case I find out he's being abused? I've got my phone, but I can't get online to have a look at the moment.
Yeah, no problem. I can do that and then I'll text it to you. So what are your next moves?
I'll help him check in, then I'll make sure he's got something to eat and drink. After eating, he might be a bit more relaxed and we can start a conversation.
That feels like a good plan. Can I just check, Heidi, do you feel like you're safe? Are there any risks to you or to others?
I'm totally safe. There's loads of security here at the airport, lots of people around, and he hasn't done anything to make me think he poses a risk to himself or to others. I think he just wants someone to help him, and no one seems to want to because of the way he looks.
I'm really glad that you're there to step in. This is so the right thing to do. Can I just check as well, are you confident that you'll know what to do if he does disclose that he's been a victim of crime or he's fleeing from an abusive situation or something like that?
Yes, I think so. I know how to talk to him about it. And if you could send me those contact details, then I'll be able to make a referral or give him the details of who to speak to if he wants to do that.
In terms of safeguarding, Heidi, is there anything that makes you think he might be an adult at risk? Do you think he's got care and support needs?
I've thought about that. He looks like he might be homeless or a rough sleeper, but doesn't appear to have any care and support needs. He told me that his family are meeting him at the airport in Poland, and he keeps saying that he just wants to get back home.
Okay, good thinking. So you go and check in with him now and I'll send you details of support contacts. I'm in and out of meetings for the next few hours, but do call me if you need me. And my meetings will all be done by 2, so we can catch up then.
Yes, that's fine. Speak soon.
Okay, great work. Take care of yourself and call me if anything crops up before 2.
Hi Madeline, just checking in about the situation at the airport. The good news is he's managed to get checked in so he can fly to Poland tomorrow.
Oh, thanks for calling, Heidi. I've been thinking about how you've been getting on. What a relief. I bet he was really pleased. What about the other concerns that you had?
Well, I don't think he was fleeing from any violence or exploitation. I asked my colleague to ask him directly, is he frightened? Is someone threatening him? Or did somebody hurt him? She was really nervous about it. but I reassured her that if you ask with respect and kindness, it's okay to ask directly. We explained we were worried about him and were only asking because we wanted to make sure we could help him if he needed us to. He assured us that he was okay and just wanted to get home.
Did his response ring true to you?
Yes, he made eye contact and seemed to understand why we were asking, and he wasn't upset by the questions.
That's great. It sounds like it really was the right thing to do.
Yes, I needed to check it out for my own peace of mind.
So what's the situation now?
Well, now he's checked in, he's just going to wait here until his flight tomorrow. I've spoken to security and they've said it shouldn't be a problem.
Could you ask security to mention him to their colleagues when they go off shift? That way there could be someone keeping an eye on him.
Good idea, I'll do that.
And do you feel it's okay to leave the situation now? When are you due to finish on the help desk?
I'll be finishing in about half an hour. I'll check again that he's okay.
How's your colleague?
We've had a chat about it. She's going to check in with her manager for a debrief too. I think she found it hard asking him directly about whether he'd been hurt, but she's glad she did and is reassured now.
Thanks, you've done such a good job. It sounds like you made a real difference to someone who's going through a hard time.
Oh, it's nothing really. I couldn't have ignored him. He looked really vulnerable. I'm just pleased he's going to get back home to his family. See you soon, and thanks again, Madeline, for the support.
Okay, see you soon then. Team meeting tomorrow.
Thanks everyone for coming today. We're running these briefings, a different one every day from 9:15 to 9:30. So please feel free to join in for the rest of the week, and I hope you have a good rest of the morning. Thank you. Bye-bye.